Hello everyone, this is a lesson on sine rule. There's sine rule, cos rule and area rule. So we're gonna do 3 different videos to show you all these rules. So the sine rule, it's you use it to solve a triangle when either you don't have a side or an angle and you don't have a right angle triangle. So when you're looking at this angle ABC, the small letters are for sides. The side that is opposite angle A is called small a, or you can call it BC. So the sine rule is called sine rule because it uses sine. This is a side A over sine A is equals to B over sine B is equals to C over sine C. You don't use them, all 3 of them, like that. It's just that they're showing you all 3 are equal. You use 2 at a particular time. So it's a side over sine of an angle. Or you can write it as a reciprocal like here. Sine angle over a side. So which one would you choose when? When you are looking for a side, you're going to put the side on top. When you're looking for an angle, you're going to put the angle on top. So you use this one. So we're going to use an example to see how this works. Let's look at an example. Okay, our example, we have this drawing. We actually have 3 triangles that are joined together, and then we are asked, okay, and very important, one of the triangle is a right angle triangle. So when you have a right angle triangle, you can use the grade 10 trick. Cos is equal to opposite over side. That you can use that if you have a right angle triangle. You can only work with a right angle triangle. It's easier, but it's not a requirement. If you still want to use the sine rule, it's fine, it will work the same. Okay, let's look at the first question. The first question says, determine the length of TR. When you look at our diagram, TR is that line. And then for sine rule, because we are looking for a line, we need to have the angle that is opposite that line. We have that, it's 37. We also need to have another angle and a line that is opposite to that angle. So we have everything that we need. So we can use sine rule. Okay, number 1, because I'm looking for a line, I'm going to start with a line. So it will be TR over sine. Let's look for the angle that is opposite TR. It's sine 37 is equals to a line that we have TS, which is 10.1 meter. You don't necessarily have to write the formula first. And then the angle that is opposite that line, it's 87. So it will be sine 87 degrees. Then TR is equals to 10.1 times, when you multiply this will be here, sine 37 degrees over sine 87 degrees. Then you take your calculator, you punch everything, go fraction, 10.1 sine 37. You have to close the bracket. If you don't close the bracket, it gives you maths error. Then sine 87, then close the bracket again, equals to, then you get your answer to be 6,09 meters. Okay, this is how we find the first one. Let's look at the second one. Oh yes, let me explain something here. Usually we cross multiply. You multiply that with that and then multiply that with that. After that you'll divide. So that's why I decided just to multiply this, cross multiply once, and not multiply this and divide again, because I want TR. So if I multiply it to be here, I'll have TR already. That's why I only did that. Okay, let's look at the second one. Another thing I forgot, you need to write the value that you've found, because you're probably going to use in the other question. So TR is 6,09 meters. Okay, the next question. The length of QT is this one. It's in this right angle triangle. So we can use trig ratios that we did in grade 10. Okay, when you look at an angle, this angle that we have this line. We don't have this one. If we had that line, we'd use sine because it will be opposite over hypotenuse. But we don't have that. We have this one that is closer to the angle. So we'll use cos. So it will be cos 24 degrees is equals to, what is cos? Adjacent over hypotenuse. Adjacent is 8.3 over hypotenuse is the QT that we want. Right? So here, with this question, do you see my QT is in the denominator? So I will cross multiply and so that I have it there. I'll multiply this and this. Then I have QT is equals to cos 24. 1 times 8.3 to be 8.3. Then I divide with cos 24 degrees. Then my QT is equals to 8.3 divided by cos 24. If I divide by cos 24 both sides, then I take my calculator, fraction 8.3 go down, cos 24 close bracket, and my answer is 9.09 meters. Get that answer, write it into my diagram. 9.09 meters. Okay, let's look at the last one. Number 3, determine the size of R1. So now we're looking for an angle. Size R1 is that angle there. So this angle is opposite that line, and we have the line, we can use that. This line we can't use because we have an angle that we don't have. So we can't use that. That angle opposite to that line, we can use that as well. So I'm gonna say sine R1 over, which line is opposite R1? It's this one. 9.09 is equals to sine 44 degrees divided by this angle opposite that line, 10.5. And then this is like that question where we don't necessarily have to cross multiply. You can multiply this here. So we have sine R1 is equals to sine 44 degrees multiplied by 9.09 divided by 10.5. Calculator, sine 44 close bracket multiplied by 9.09 go down, 10.5. Then we get 0.6013 and so on. Now you can tell this is not an angle. It's still sine R1. So we need to find the angle. To find the angle, we say shift sine. For our answer to be more accurate, we press the answer button. It has stored the answer that we had here. You remember, we rounded off. We didn't write all the digits. So if you write sine, it will write that all the digits that you had. Then you said equals to. So your R1 is equals to 36.97 degrees. This is how you calculate the angle. Okay, this is the end of our lesson. Please practice this section, is very nice. Thank you for watching.